Hi children. So in the previous session we completed nutrition in plants. In this session I am going to explain about digestion in human being. So it is a very interesting and important topic that present in the nutrition chapter. Okay, before going to digestion in human being, so first you see the pig. Okay, the pig that have a different parts. Okay, so just to see here the teeth, mouth, nose. Okay, so the pipe-like structure is called esophagus and stomach and liver, pancreas, gallbladder, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. Okay, so these are the various parts so that are mainly used in the digestion in human being. Okay, the part so which start from the mouth and end with the anus. Okay, which is called as alimentary canal. What it is called? Alimentary canal. So in the human being, the alimentary canal which involves in the process of digestion. So now you see the labeling. Okay, so it is in a mouth. Okay, so in the mouth a space is present. That space is known as buccal cavity, so which is connected with the glands. The glands are known as salivary glands. The glands are known as salivary glands. Okay, so the mouth is open into the a hollow like tube structure. Okay, so which is called as esophagus. Okay, esophagus ends with a bag-like or sac-like structure, so it is called as stomach. Okay, the stomach U-shaped body is present here. End of the stomach U-shaped body is present. That U-shaped body is called duodenum. Okay, so in here the duodenum which connects with the liver gland and pancreatic gland. Liver gland and pancreatic gland. Okay, so this duodenum is developed and enter as a small intestine and large intestine. Okay, when the small intestine connect with the large intestine, the appendix part is there. Okay, so the large intestine that have rectum and finally pore is present, that nothing but it is an anus. Okay, so in the digestion in human being, the mouth is an opening site. Okay, so it is ended with the pore, that is nothing but it is an anus. Okay, the alimentary canal of the human being that mainly contain mouth to anus. So there are the different parts are there. There are the different parts are there. Okay, coming to the next slide. Okay, basic steps in holozoic nutrition. Okay, so in the holozoic nutrition, there are the four steps are there. The first is a ingestion, second one is digestion, third one is absorption and assimilation, and fourth one is an egestion. Okay, so ingestion means intake of the food material. So this intake of the food material is called as ingestion. Okay, so next after that intake, so whatever the food that contain a large complex organic materials or substances, so that are breakdown, that are undergo breakdown and that are converted into the very simple smaller soluble molecule. Okay, this process is called as digestion. So in the alimentary canal, the digestion processes takes place at the various places. So the digestion at the mouth and digestion at the stomach and digestion at the duodenum and digestion at the small intestine. So there are the four digestions or takes place in the alimentary canal. So the first one digestion at stomach and second one sorry first one digestion at mouth, second one digestion at stomach and third one digestion at duodenum and fourth and final one the digestion at small intestine. So in these four places of the alimentary canal, the large complex organic food material that are converted into the simple and smaller soluble molecules by the action of different digestive enzymes. So this process is called digestion. So after the digestion, there are third step of the holozoic nutrition, so which is an absorption and assimilation. Okay, so absorption of digested food into the blood or lymph, and it is used in the body cells for the synthesis of complex component and for the energy releasing to do the different kinds of activities. Okay, yeah, the absorption after that digested food that present in the intestine is absorbed into the blood. So after that absorption, the food is involved for the synthesis of different complex components, and also the food is used for the releasing of energy, and the food is used for the developing of different organs and different works that are done by the organism. So which is called absorption and assimilation. And the final step is digestion. Okay, so the elimination of undigested food as feces from the body through the anal pore is known as digestion. Okay, so after the digestion and absorption, whatever the waste material is present in that large intestine, so that moves towards the rectum and stored in the rectum. So finally it is ejected from the body, so in the form of pieces. Okay, so this is called as digestion. So these are the four steps that are mainly present in the holozoic nutrition that's shown by the human being: ingestion, digestion, absorption and assimilation, and ugestion. So the first one, intake of the food. After intake, the food material is undergo breakdown to convert into simple molecule. So after digestion, the food material is absorbed and involved in the assimilation process. And final one, digestion. Whatever the waste material is present in the body is expelled out through a anal pore. Okay, so it is called as elimination or digestion. Okay, so these are the four steps that are mainly present in holozoic nutrition. Okay, now coming to that, the human digestive system that consists of alimentary canal. I already told you. So it is starts with the mouth and end with the anal pore or anus. Okay, so starts with the mouth and end with the anus. Okay, so in between that mouth and anus, so there are some glands are associated with the alimentary canal. Okay, these glands are especially secretes the juices and enzymes, and those juices and enzymes are perform the different kinds of function. So for example, so in the mouth buccal cavity, so which is connected with the salivary gland, and the duodenum part that is connected with the liver and also connected with the pancreatic. So the liver release the liver secretions, and pancreatic is also release the pancreatic secretion. And these liver and pancreatic secretions are also involved in the digestion process. Okay, so after that, so in the stomach and small intestine, there are some enzymes are released, and those enzymes are also perform the different function. That functions are mainly they convert the large complex organic molecules or break down into the simple organic molecules, and after that it is absorbed by the body. Okay, so now coming to the figure, I already told you, so it is in a complete alimentary canal figure. Okay, so it is an starts with the mouth. So mouth leads to the formation of empty space, nothing but it is called as an oral cavity. So this oral cavity is mainly connected with the salivary glands. Okay, so there are three pairs of salivary glands are there, that are mainly parotid gland, so which near to the ear, so which is located near to the ear, so it is called parotid gland. Okay, and submaxillary and sublingual. Okay, so the submaxillary glands are especially located to your lower jaw region, and sublingual glands that are especially located below the tongue, and these three pairs of salivary glands that are release the saliva. Okay, so the saliva enter into the oral cavity, and which is mixed with the food when you take the food or when you ingest the food material. So after that, the food is entered into the pharynx, and pharynx to esophagus. Okay, so from the esophagus it is entered into the stomach. Okay, stomach to it moves to the duodenum. So especially this duodenum is mainly connected with the two glands, so that are liver and pancreas. Liver and pancreas. Okay, so this duodenum, so that starts with the jejunum, so which is in a first part of the small intestine. First part of the small intestine, and second part of the or mid part of the small intestine, which is called as ileum. It is called ileum. Okay, and end part of the small intestine, which is called as cecum. So where the cecum, that mainly connected with the large intestine. So in the small intestine connected with the large intestine, so a finger like projection is present, so which is called as appendix. It is called as appendix. Okay, so from the large intestine, so it will be formed the ascending colon and transverse colon and descending colon, so which leads to the formation of rectum, and finally the rectum is open into the anus. Okay, so these are the different parts that is present in the alimentary canal, that starts with the mouth and ends with the anus. Okay, so once you remember the parts which present in the alimentary canal, the mouth, buccal cavity or oral cavity, the salivary glands, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, okay, duodenum, and mainly attached with the glands, that is liver, gallbladder and pancreas, and the duodenum that extended as in a small intestine. So the first part of the small intestine is jejunum, ileum, cecum, and it is connected with the large intestine. So which first one, it is an ascending colon, and second one it is in a transverse colon, and next descending colon. So it is a storage part of the feces, that nothing but it is called a rectum, and finally it is in a small opening is present, that is anus. Okay, these are the parts that present in the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal. Okay, now you come to the alimentary canal. Okay, I already told you the alimentary canal begins with the anterior opening, so which is called mouth, and it opens out posteriorly through the anus. Okay, so the alimentary canal starts with the mouth and ends with the anus. Okay, so the mouth leads to form an empty space. So whenever you open your mouth, automatically you find out a empty space that present in the mouth, so which is called buccal cavity or oral cavity. Buccal cavity or oral cavity. So these oral cavity that are mainly contain a two organs, that is mainly teeth and muscular tongue. So just you see and open your mouth and see inside the mouth, so what is present? Mainly the teeth are present, and also the tongue is present. Okay, so the tongue and teeth that are mainly located in your oral cavity. Oral cavity. Okay, so the coming to this buccal cavity. Okay, I already told you the buccal cavity that mainly connected with the salivary glands, mainly connected with the salivary glands. Okay, so these salivary glands that are mainly connected with the salivary duct. So the duct, and whenever the salivary glands are released the saliva releases through the duct and finally reaches into the buccal cavity. Finally reaches into the buccal cavity. So I already told you there are three pairs of salivary glands are there. What are they? One is parotid gland, so which is located near the ear. Okay, and sublingual gland. Okay, so which is located under the tongue, and submandibular gland. Okay, so which is located near to the lower side of the jaw. Okay, so these three salivary glands release the saliva through duct, and finally the saliva is reached into your buccal cavity or oral cavity. Okay, so there are, if there are teeth and tongue that present in the buccal cavity. So what is the use of the teeth? So whenever you take the food material, okay, the solid food particle, whatever the big sized solid food particles that are crushed by your teeth. So that's why the solid big sized food particles which are converted into the very smaller food particles, very smaller food particle. Okay, so whenever these food particles are converted into the smaller, so the salivary glands or release the saliva. Okay, when this saliva is mixed with the food material, so to form a slippery soft food material in your oral cavity or buccal cavity, so which is called as bolus. What it is called? Bolus. Which is called as bolus. Okay, so the food which is mixed with the saliva to become very slippery and soft. Okay, slippery and soft slurry material. Okay, so which is called as bolus. Which is called as bolus. Okay, so for the bolus preparation, the tongue and teeth or and the saliva is involved in the oral cavity or buccal cavity. Oral cavity and buccal cavity. Okay, now coming to that, already I told you the food is cut and crushed by the teeth in mouth and mixed with the saliva to make it wet and slippery is called as mastication. Okay, so mastication, which means so the food is crushed by teeth and mixed with the saliva with the help of tongue, and finally it is the food is in a slippery, okay, soft wetting condition, and this process is called as mastication. Okay, so I told you the salivary glands are three pairs. The two pairs are located at the side of the jaw and below the tongue, and one pair is located at the palate, so near to your ears, near to your ears. Okay, so these are the three salivary glands that release the saliva, so that are mainly mixed with the food material. Okay, now the digestion at mouth. Digestion at mouth. Okay, so whenever these three pair or salivary, sorry, two pairs of the saliva, three pairs of the salivary glands, so that are released the saliva through the duct, so the finally the saliva is reached into the oral cavity. Okay, so this saliva mainly consists of an enzyme, so which is called as amylase and also called thiolin enzyme. Okay, amylase and also called thiolin enzyme. Okay, these amylase, so which is also called as salivary amylase because of it is released from the saliva, salivary glands. Okay, so that's why it is called as salivary amylase, also called thiolin. Okay, so these saliva, okay, salivary amylase enzyme that break down the complex carbohydrates into the simple ones. So when you take the food material, that food material consists of complex carbohydrate. That complex carbohydrates are undergo breakdown by the action of amylase enzyme to form a very simple carbohydrates. The simple carbohydrates. Okay, so these breakdown of complex molecules into the simple substance with the help of enzymes and absorbed into the body is called as digestion. Okay, I already told you the digestion at the mouth. Only whatever the food you have taken in your daily life, that food contain carbohydrates that are mainly digested. The digestion is started at the mouth only. Okay, so the food material contain carbohydrates that are digested in the mouth by the action of thiolin enzyme. Thiolin enzyme. Okay, so this is called a digestion at mouth. Okay, so in the next class or next session we are going to, so after that digestion at mouth, what will be happen, so how the food is moved from the mouth to esophagus and finally enter into the stomach, we will discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you.